What's going on YouTube? West Hobbies RC here. I just wanted to give a little update on the Fusion 270. It's a very controversial little helicopter. A lot of people like it, a lot of people hate it. I've got well over 100 flights now on this helicopter in the last 2 months. I have flown the living crap out of it. I absolutely love it. It is my favorite little helicopter. I fly it multiple times every day. I mean, I got done putting 11 flights on it today alone. It's an incredible little helicopter. Power is great. Flight performance is great. I couldn't be happier. With that being said, I did change out the flybarless unit to a Ikon 2, but that was for my preference. The 636 was okay. Nothing wrong with it. They does have a problem with tip over, and that is an issue that can happen. Of course, the skids are narrow, so it can, if the swash tips just right on takeoff, and the same problem the 230S had originally, I found if you take it off and idle up one or two, doesn't have that problem. For some reason, in normal mode, it wants to tip over. I don't know, but it flew great with the 636 in it. Didn't have no problems with flight performance. I had no tail wag. I was happy, but I wanted more. I couldn't speed it up. I like a very sensitive helicopter. I fly a pretty hard 3D, and I like stuff to be quick. I fly a lot around mid stick, and I wanted more. I wanted the tunability. I wanted and I'm an Ikon person. I like Ikons in a lot of my helicopters. So I picked up an Ikon. It was cheap enough. I think $150. They had a coupon on it, and I went ahead and put an Ikon in it. And then I did a couple other things. So everything is stock on the helicopter. 30-50 servos on the cyclic, 30-60 on the tail. I did decide to run the micro heli tail blades. I am running the micro heli tail blades, but that was just for color and my preference. Stock tail housing, stock tail grips. As you can see here, the Ikon. Now, the one thing that I did here, one second, set the camera down. So I did go to the Ikon too, but like I said, that was for my preference, just because of the tunability, and I like Ikon. But the one thing that I did that was big to me is I cleaned up the helicopter big time. To me, the helicopter was a massive wiring mess even out of the box. It looks okay, but I don't like wires. They drive me crazy. If I could have no wires, I would. So what I ended up doing was what I do with all my helicopters and airplanes when I build airplanes too. I make my own servo leads. I cut servo extensions down and I recrimp the ends on them. Resolder wires if I have to. I like a nice clean look. The one thing that does drive me a little crazy is how short the ESC lead is. I don't understand why they couldn't make it an inch longer, but it's not that big of a deal. So I ended up just cutting all the cyclic servos, the rudder servo, ESC, everything. I shortened them up a bunch. So now it is a nice clean, goes right into the right into the flybarless unit, nice and clean. Ran the throttle ESC wire up through the mainframe, or underneath the mainframe here. I used a piece of double-sided tape to secure it there nice and safely, and same thing with the rudder servo. But I think this gives the helicopter so much cleaner of a look. I think it just looks like it should. I ended up cutting the carbon receiver or flybarless plate that was here. I notched it. I wet sanded the frame and smoothed it out, and then I ran the satellite wire up and through here. And I ran that down on the inside of the frame. I ran it along here, or along down through here, covered in heat shrink. You can see it here. Ran it through here, went all the way up and through, and then see one antenna out the side. This is a single antenna satellite. And then I put it up under there. So it is out of the way, and then I used heat shrink here. Used heat shrink on the antenna wire to help it. so it doesn't rub against the carbon. I wet sanded the frame there too. Just gave it a nice clean look. Like I said, I put over, on this setup, I've probably got over 40 to 50 flights now on the Ikon. I've had zero radio issues, zero signal issues. I posted a couple pictures online. I had a couple people say about how, the antenna is going to be blocked by the fiberglass canopy, and that's just not true. I've been flying RC for well over 25 years now, and I've flown airplanes all different sizes with all different setups. And, I do a lot of fiberglass airplanes too. And we run the antennas on the inside and don't have problems. But for anybody that's doubting the 270 or reads reviews on it that don't like it, I say go for it. I had, person comment on the video of the unboxing of this and said that he just bought one. He's nervous because he read a lot of bad reviews. I read a lot of bad reviews too. I have learned over the years, you can't listen to everything you read. These things are mass produced. They are made by the thousands. You're going to have units that are going to have issues. You're buying a bind and fly helicopter for $350. To me, that's a really great price. You couldn't build it for that price with your time. And, there's a bunch of different manufacturers out there that you can buy kits from. You can buy kits themselves and build them, and they're built right. But when you buy a helicopter or an airplane from a company that sells a bind and fly, they're mass produced, and they should go through them, and they have quality stickers on them. And I agree that they should be better, and you shouldn't have to do anything. But I always go into the mindset when I purchase anything, if it's a bind and fly or a kit or whatever it is, I go through it. I never, ever take it out of the box and just go fly it. Same thing with this helicopter. I went through this thing with a fine-tooth comb. I checked every single nut and bolt, and I made sure everything had Loctite. I even pulled the head apart and made sure it was put together right, just because I've had my fair share of issues. But I can tell you that it is an incredible, incredible little helicopter. I couldn't be happier. I am actually thinking about buying a second one just to have another one. I like the blade size. I like the power. It's a nice floaty feel, very solid. It flies much bigger than it is. I couldn't be happier. Well, thank you guys for watching. Any questions, let me know. Like and subscribe. Take care and have a great day.